I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm so hyped right now. Thank God this is the last reaction I'm filming for today because how do you top that? Welcome back and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Now, I'm excited about this one because you guys are. I did my first look at Landmvrks and I loved their sound. Epic song, the way it built, the way it just flourished at the end was super cool. And I got a countless amounts of people saying, you have to check out Lost in a Wave. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to dive straight in. Landmvrks Lost in a Wave official video. Let's see what you got. Hang on a second. This hits harder than 2020. We're going back right to the beginning. I love how this started. Kind of unassuming. It's that guitar tone that you almost, if you've ever gone through the journey of learning how to play guitar and you kind of get your first amp on your guitar and you turn up that gain and you get a lot of what this sound is, but it's purposefully done. And done really well. You get the distortion and gain on it, but you get a lot of that clean clang coming through, and it's very unassuming, especially because of the progression that he's playing. It's just a bunch of chords, he's then them ring out, he's going through, and you could hear some of that lead work coming in from one of the other guitars. All of a sudden it starts building into the bigger picture, which I didn't expect it to be as heavy. I mean, some of those awesome, really tight riffs working together with the guitar and that dissonance in the middle, just absolute fire. I love when that broke. That is heavy, definitely my vibe. And I can't wait to see where they take the rest of the song. Also, shout out Fender. I gotta stop there because you need to hear this. It's cool. It's very cool. The reason I stop in places like that, I'm aware that it breaks the flow, but I always go back to make sure we get the full build up. I don't want you to miss this. If you can, I always recommend listening to music with headphones because you're going to hear a lot of the nice effort that went into the editing. Just like here, where after that kind of heavy break, it pulls back again while it builds a little bit of pace actually, and you've got the guitar all the way on the right, and as the second guitar comes in on the left, it starts to build that bigger picture. It starts to fill up all the gaps that you think are there, that they've made you think are there. Very cool. It's a feeling I know, all my senses are right into the blind, but I can't move alone. I'm trying to describe, but there's no one here. I tell myself that's irrational. Whatever I do, it gets the best of me. I can feel the waves crashing down on me. Wow. Okay. I mean, worlds apart from that song I heard first. Love both of these, and you could hear an element of this in the way that the first song I looked at ended. But this is great. First of all, I love the like kind of really aggressive hip hop. It's got a bit of a flow to it, which I like. And then the second piece, I mean, you can hear the vocal layering, but it's done really well. You've got the screaming, you've got that kind of high pitched strain, which is a more of a sing shout, if you will, and you've got those coupled together really tightly. In a way that I'm sure for a lot of people will just sound like one main vocal, but if you listen carefully, there are two layers to that, at least two. And I love what he's doing because he's kept the energy and pace of how the song was building up. Sometimes bands will build up the pace musically and the vocals work against that. Not the case here. Absolutely brilliant. Nice work on the right cymbal. Hang on, man. There's a lot going on here. There's like a bunch of different genres, if you will, mashed up together, because it started out with that kind of, quite a lot of brutality, sound like a breakdown in a metalcore band, then all of a sudden into something which is a bit more, it's just like super brutal, but they had this flow on top of it, which is more like a hip hop kind of stance, and now into something that feels quite punk. It feels quite that, especially that beat that he's playing, the way that he's using his voice. It sounds like a kind of modern day aggressive punk band. There are a lot of things. They have a lot of levels. I've been thinking way too much. I've been searching for a place to bury myself. I'm lost in the way. It controls my feelings and I can't help it. I'm falling away. If I control my fears, will I still feel the pain? Really like that. I'm gonna pause there just so it tracks forward, but I really like that. It's not trying to create an overly hooky piece. It's just creating a melody within a song that's really aggressive, and they're trying to add a bit of purpose and a journey to it, and I think it's magical. He's singing two distinct phrases in that chorus piece there. I say chorus, it's 2 minutes in, so there's a lot of things happening, and I'm not hearing a lot of repetition, so with the assumption that that's the chorus. I also think he sang Lost in a Wave there, so that is kind of a giveaway normally. But in the second part of that, or the second phrasing, definitely a little different to the first. The first one was giving me like mega Chester vibes, just that aggression, that strain, that push, the quality. And then the second part was a bit more subdued, and you can hear more of his, more of what I remember from the first song, even though that was more subdued for the majority of it. You could still hear a lot of that quality. Very cool. I've been thinking too much. I said alright, blowing down the river. My brain is trying to trick me. I'm just talking to myself, but I can hear anything. This makes me uncomfortable, and for good reason. This is building up in, I mean, if there's going to be another breakdown, I don't know what I'm going to do, but listen to while he's speaking, you can hear the accenting of the guitar and the drums, but there's this pulsing, this kind of deep pulsing, makes me really uncomfortable, but it's helping create an expectation. It's building a pattern that your body can latch onto. It more feels than it hears, and they're either going to use that as a drift, so they're going to use it as to enhance the power of it, or they're going to use it as a distraction, where they're going to do something different and remove it. So interesting to see where they go, but it's working. My brain is trying to trick me. I'm just talking to myself, but I can hear anything. My face is all in concrete. It's about to take control and I just cannot compete. My brain is trying to trick me. I'm just talking to myself, but I can hear anything. My face is all in concrete. It's about to take control and I just cannot compete.
It controls my feelings and I can't avoid. I'm falling away. If I control my fears, will I still feel the
I don't know what to tell you, man. I'm so hyped right now. Thank God this is the last reaction I'm filming for today, because how do you top that? How do you beat that? Sorry, lockdown here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I'm not a vain person, but I also don't want to look like I carry speakers from Mumford and Sons. Listen, tough. That song is intense. And they did a bit of what I kind of put forward two options. They're either going to enhance that and use it as a drift and make that the kind of focal points, or they're going to go away. Well, they did both. I mean, they just did both. They kept with it immediately, straight after, real power to it, and you thought that was the breakdown. And then there was a breakdown, and the breakdown broke down, and I'm now broken down. I don't know, man. What a song. What a band. You guys are right. You're always right. Shout out you. Thank you very much for that, because absolute fire. Absolute fire. Got to do more. Absolutely have to do more. So please, please, please let me know where to go next with them. They're special. Anything that gets me out of this chair, they're special. Yeah, sorry, my mind's blown. Until the next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.